Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Kurat, for the wonderful introduction. I'm so pleased to be here today and speaking about this very important topic. I was listening to Dr. Shaheen Jaffer, and certainly the points that Dr. Jaffer covered are really important in terms of pregnancy related complications, the risk of cardiovascular disease, and how to manage that risk. The topic that I'll be covering today is about dementia risk in South Asian women and how it is associated with the pregnancy related complications that South Asian women experience during their reproductive years. And I believe most of you would have heard about the term dementia, which refers to the gradual decline in memory in older ages. And this is what I'll be talking about for the most part of my presentation today, and how it is related to your pregnancy and pregnancy related complications. But before I get into my actual presentation, I would like to first acknowledge the land. I am based in London, Ontario at the Western University, and so I acknowledge that we are located on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee peoples on lands connected with the London Township and Sombra treaties. This land continues to be home to diverse Indigenous peoples, First Nations, Métis, and Inuit, whom we recognize as contemporary stewards of the land and vital contributors of our society. As an immigrant settler on this land myself, and as a health equity researcher, I'm an ally for Indigenous peoples, and I commit to truth and reconciliation. This presentation is just meant to raise awareness regarding dementia and how it is associated with the pregnancy related complications among South Asian women, but it is not meant to provide any medical advice. And so you're encouraged to contact your healthcare providers in case you need any medical advice in this regard.
I also want to provide this disclaimer, and that is that the information that's provided in this session should not be considered as medical advice and is not intended as a substitute for medical professional help or guidance or diagnosis or treatment. Always please seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you have regarding your medical care.
So, these would be kind of the three important things that I'll be discussing in my presentation today. I'll be talking about the increased risk of dementia among South Asian women. I'll also be discussing the association between pregnancy related complications and the risk of dementia. And then at the end, we'll talk about some of the preventive strategies that could potentially reduce the risk of dementia among women and particularly among South Asian women. So, this is just an overview of the condition itself. And so, as I said before, and I'm sure most of you would have heard the term dementia before, and you would understand that it refers to a progressive decline in a person's cognitive abilities, their memory, their thinking and behavior. And this is a condition that mostly affects older adults. Just to give you a snapshot of how widely prevalent dementia is, about 55 million people worldwide are living with dementia. Um, to consider the gravity of the situation, you could look at these statistics like one third of all people aged 85 or older may have some form of dementia. So it's really quite prevalent. In Canada, about 770,000 people are currently living with dementia, but this number is projected to reach nearly a million by 2030. So again, it's quite prevalent and rising a lot as well. That's why it's of concern. One more thing which is very important to note is that dementia is not a normal part of aging. What happens is that in many cultures there is a misconception, and sometimes in our South Asian culture as well, that dementia is a normal part of aging, whereas it is not. It is something, it is a condition, it is a pathology, and it can be prevented. It does have some associated factors, and if we do work on those, it can be prevented, but it's not a normal part of the aging process. So, why we want to focus on South Asian women, and why am I speaking with you all today? Who are South Asian women about dementia in particular? So, research, and I'll be sharing my references in the last slide of the presentation, and so then you can go back and have a look at some of those articles. Research shows that women are at higher risk of dementia as compared to men. And then there have been a number of research studies that have shown a lot of different associated factors among women that put them more at risk of developing dementia in later ages. So, of course, age is a risk factor, but then also menopause, because there's a lot of hormonal changes associated with menopause happening in a woman's body. And then there is a whole lot of research that shows that pregnancy complications like gestational diabetes, like preeclampsia or high blood pressure during pregnancy, number of pregnancies, preterm birth, all of those pregnancy related complications have been shown to be associated with the higher risk of dementia among women. That's why we are more concerned about the fact that women are more at risk of dementia, and that's why we want to prevent it among them. But then also, if one is South Asian by ethnicity, then you have higher then South Asians have higher rates of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and hypertension. And all of these are risk factors for developing dementia in later ages. So basically, it's like a South Asian woman has kind of double risk because of being a woman, but then also because of being a South Asian. So all of these risk factors then intersect to increase the risk of dementia among South Asian women. Within the South Asian culture itself, there is diet, stigma, health seeking behaviors. All of those are individual factors that could increase the risk of dementia. So, for example, South Asian diets are often high on salt, trans fats, and often low on greens. In some subcultures, fish is eaten more, but mostly the South Asian diet is low on that. So uh, omega 3, which is and fish, greens are really great sources of omega 3. That is one of the preventive things that doctors prescribe or doctors suggest, for anybody who is because it's really good for brain health. So anybody who's trying to prevent dementia in later age, their diet should be high on omega 3. But unfortunately, South Asian diets are low on greens and fish, which are good source of omega 3. And then, of course, diet being high on salts and fats increases the risk of hypertension, high cholesterol level. Being a diet being high on sugars increases the risk of diabetes. And then all of these risk factors could contribute in the later life for the development of dementia. A poor awareness and understanding of dementia, as I mentioned before, in many cultures it is understood that dementia is a normal part of aging, and so people do not tend to seek care for dementia, which I think further deteriorates the patient's condition. And then, of course, sometimes there are stigmas associated with dementia, which adds pressure on the patients and the family caregivers not to seek care, because there's a stigma associated with that particular condition. So all of those cultural factors also play their part in putting people more at risk of dementia or of having worse outcomes as part of dementia. Um, and then, of course, there are barriers in the healthcare system as well, which not only pertains to dementia, but to any care We do have certainly, lack of culturally relevant care, which affects people of all conditions, but more so racialized populations are affected more by limited culturally relevant care. So in this slide, what I want to portray here is what I already talked about briefly in the last slide, that if you are a South Asian woman, then you have two intersecting identities that are actually doubling your risk of dementia. So women already have a 50% greater risk of dementia than men, as we already discussed before. And then also, being a South Asian confers a greater risk of dementia due to all of the, increased risks of these risk factors as well. Um, but then again, when these two risk factors intersect with each other, and when one is a South Asian woman like myself, our risk of having dementia in later life substantially increases because of these intersecting social identities or these intersecting risk factors. And that's the reason why we are concerned about this, and we are talking about this today to you all. These are some of the statistics, because since the beginning of this presentation, I have talked a few times about the pregnancy related complications and that how they are linked to dementia. But this slide kind of gives you some concrete numbers to look at how various pregnancy related complications increase the risk of dementia. So if one has had 5 or more complete pregnancies, their risk of Alzheimer's disease or dementia increases by 1.7 fold. If someone has had preeclampsia, which is high blood pressure during pregnancy, which many of the South Asian women, experience during their pregnancies, then for those women, their risk of young onset dementia. Now, young onset dementia is when someone develops the symptoms of dementia before the older age. So the landmark of 70s and 80s, where usually the dementia hits. If someone develops it before that, then that's young onset dementia. And women who have had preeclampsia or high blood pressure during their pregnancy, they have a 2.65 fold increased risk of young onset dementia, as compared to other women. Those women who have had gestational diabetes, just like Juhi was describing her situation, they of course they are at increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life, and then also their risk of dementia increases by 67%. Women who have had preterm birth or low birth weight as part of their pregnancies, again, that is linked to, or that is associated with maternal cognitive decline or dementia in the later years of life. So that is just a few numbers or a few research statistics to show you the gravity of the situation. Again, this is a slide courtesy of Dr. Shaheen Jaffer. Thank you, Shaheen, for sharing this slide with me. This slide actually shows the various causes of death among women and men in Canada. So these are the causes for women, and these are the causes for men, on the right. On my left, if you look at the causes for death among women, the very first one, and the number one cause of death among women in Canada is Alzheimer's disease and other dementia. So dementia is really right now the number one cause of death for women in Canada, and this is certainly something worrisome. And we should be working towards preventing this, to be able to prevent mortality or death among women in Canada. Well, so here are a few preventive strategies that could, and this is no different than any healthy lifestyle strategies. I think some of those Shaheen has already shared as part of her presentation as well. But these lifestyle modification or these healthy habits would help prevent dementia in later life, for could prevent for South Asian women, for those women who have been through pregnancy related complications during their reproductive years as well. So, first of all, lifestyle modifications like diet and exercise. As we talked about, diets high on salt, diets high on sugars, diets high on trans fats, all of that could lead to the risk factors of dementia, that is high blood pressure, diabetes, increased cholesterol level. If we control all of those factors in our diet, and we could control those risk factors, then we could potentially prevent the risk of dementia in our later lives as well. Exercise certainly has been shown to negate the increased risk of dementia in women in general, but also especially among women who have had gestational diabetes or other complications of pregnancy. If you are by any chance you do have hypertension, diabetes, or cholesterol, then by all means try and control your hypertension, diabetes, and cholesterol by controlling your diet, following your medication regime strictly, and of course through exercise. um, and as we discussed before, South Asian women certainly are at greater risk for all of these risk factors. So we really need to put in more effort towards these preventive strategies. Early screening for cognitive decline is also something that one should consider. If you feel you're, having symptoms, it's always good to, even if you are not that age, it could be a young onset dementia. So one should, always try and have oneself screened for cognitive decline with your um, general physician, your family physician, or if you do not have one, then maybe at a walk-in clinic. Um, Monitoring of South Asian women post pregnancy with complications. This is again something very important. And I know that at the Canadian Women's Heart Health Alliance, we have talked a lot about this, that, we do have women from various racialized ethnic minority backgrounds, just like South Asian women, who tend to have a lot of pregnancy related complications. And so we need to have a system established whereby we could follow these women after they give birth to see what kind of complications they are developing and how can we prevent those complications among those women. But this is something which is system related, and we are certainly working over it. But you, as an in charge of your health, if you know that you have had gestational diabetes or preeclampsia or any other pregnancy related complications, then do let your ask your healthcare provider to screen you further. Community based health education tailored for South Asian women is something what we are doing right now, and we plan to keep doing this, continuing to do this. Uh, we all should address the stigma around dementia in South Asian communities. We should play our part. And then Canadian Women's Heart Health Alliance produces resources in several different native languages. So you can always contact us for resources in your language that you speak. This is just a summary of what we discussed today. South Asian women are at higher risk of dementia, pregnancy complications put you more at risk, and lifestyle modifications can prevent you from the longer term risk of dementia. These are my references. You can always go back to them and read them. And thank you for listening to this. And I hope that with today's presentation, you must have got some key points to take away from it, this, to take back home and start working towards that. Thank you so much.